Let's start with something that surprises a lot of people. Blackheads are not dirt. They're not little specks of pollution trapped in your pores or signs that you're not cleansing enough. They're actually a mix of oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria that collect in an open pore. When this mixture is exposed to air, it oxidizes, turning that familiar dark color. That's what gives blackheads their name. The truth is they're a very normal skin occurrence, especially for people with oily or combination skin types. Everyone gets them, some more frequently than others, and it's not necessarily a sign that your skin is dirty. It's simply your pores doing what they do best, producing sebum to keep the skin moisturized and protected. But here's where things get tricky. Because blackheads look dark, many people think the answer is to scrub harder. I've seen so many people attack their skin with harsh exfoliants or rough scrubbing brushes, thinking they can scrub those black dots away. What that actually does is irritate the skin surface, create micro tears, and even increase oil production, which can make the problem worse. The goal is not to strip your skin of oils, but to balance it. When the skin senses it's too dry, it responds by producing even more oil, which leads to, you guessed it, more clogged pores and more blackheads. Understanding how blackheads form gives you the power to address them effectively. Each pore contains a tiny hair follicle and a sebaceous gland that produces oil. This oil moves up the follicle to moisturize the surface of the skin. Sometimes, dead skin cells shed inside that follicle and get mixed with the oil. If that mixture gets trapped and the top of the pore stays open, air oxidizes the material inside and it turns black. That's a blackhead. If the top closes, it becomes a whitehead instead. So blackheads and whiteheads are really just two sides of the same coin. The only difference is whether the pore is open or closed. Now, if we think of blackheads as the result of a process rather than a random annoyance, we can start to treat them more intelligently. You can't stop your skin from producing oil. That's a natural and necessary function, but you can manage how that oil behaves. That's why gentle cleansing and consistent exfoliation are so important. They help remove excess oil and dead skin cells before they can settle into the pores and harden. It's not about being aggressive with your skin, it's about being consistent. Skin responds best to routine, not to sudden harsh treatments. Another thing to understand is that blackheads are not just a teenage problem. Hormones, stress, and even certain skincare products can contribute to clogged pores at any age. Heavy creams, makeup, and sunscreens that are not non-comedogenic can block pores over time. So choosing the right products is just as important as how often you use them. Ingredients like salicylic acid, glycolic acid, and retinoids are some of the most effective allies in keeping pores clear because they work deep inside the pore rather than just on the surface. They help loosen up that mixture of oil and dead skin so that it can come out naturally without force. People often ask why blackheads seem to keep coming back even after extraction. The reason is that your skin is constantly renewing itself. Oil production and cell turnover never stop, so blackheads can reappear if the underlying habits that cause them aren't managed. That's why prevention through regular maintenance is so key. If you can keep the pores clear before they become clogged, you're already several steps ahead. It's also worth noting that not all black dots on your nose are blackheads. Sometimes what people see are sebaceous filaments, tiny, naturally occurring structures that help channel oil through the pores. They can look similar to blackheads, but they're not something you should try to remove. Over-extraction of these filaments can damage the pore and make it appear larger, which nobody wants. The more you understand your skin's biology, the easier it is to know when to act and when to leave it alone. So, the first and most important step in safe, effective blackhead removal is knowledge. When you know that blackheads are simply oxidized oil, not dirt, you stop fighting your skin and start working with it. You begin to see that clear skin isn't about punishing your pores, it's about respecting them. Once you truly understand what's happening beneath the surface, every step you take from cleansing to extraction becomes smarter, gentler, and more effective. And that's when real transformation begins. Before you even think about removing blackheads, you have to prepare the skin properly. Think of it like trying to clean a stain out of fabric. You wouldn't scrub a dry patch and expect it to lift easily. You'd loosen it first, right? The same logic applies to your pores. Preparation is the quiet hero of deep cleansing. And skipping it is one of the most common reasons people end up with redness, irritation, or those tiny scars that never seem to fade. When you take the time to prep your skin, you're not only making extractions easier, you're also protecting your skin from unnecessary trauma. The process begins with cleansing, but not just any kind of cleansing. Start by removing surface oils, makeup, sunscreen, and everyday debris that sit on top of the skin. This creates a clean canvas. A gentle, pH-balanced cleanser is ideal because it removes impurities without stripping the skin's natural barrier. Many people make the mistake of reaching for harsh, foamy cleansers that leave their skin feeling squeaky clean. That tight feeling might seem satisfying, But it's actually a sign that you've gone too far. When your skin feels stripped, it immediately tries to compensate by producing more oil, which sets the stage for more clogged pores later on. The goal here is balance, clean, but never dry. Once your skin is freshly cleansed, the next step is to warm it up. Steam is one of the best ways to do this, and it's something you can easily do at home. Steam softens the top layer of the skin and helps open the pores slightly, loosening the buildup inside. You don't need fancy equipment for this. A bowl of hot water and a towel over your head will do just fine. Let the steam work for 5 to 10 minutes, allowing your skin to relax. You can even add a few drops of soothing essential oils like chamomile or lavender if you enjoy the experience. The key is to create gentle warmth, not scalding heat. Too much heat can break delicate capillaries or dehydrate your skin, doing more harm than good. After steaming, your pores are more pliable, which means any extraction or cleansing product you use next will be more effective. This is the perfect time to apply a mild exfoliant or a clay mask. A gentle chemical exfoliant containing ingredients like lactic acid or salicylic acid can dissolve dead skin cells that block the pores. Physical scrubs can be tempting, but use them cautiously. Over-scrubbing at this stage can irritate the skin that's already softened from steam. If you choose a mask instead, a clay-based one is ideal. It draws out impurities, absorbs excess oil, and leaves the skin smoother without over-drying it. This preparation stage is also where you should pay attention to your tools and hygiene. If you're planning to do any form of manual extraction, make sure your tools are sanitized and your hands are clean. The skin is more vulnerable when it's been steamed or exfoliated. So introducing bacteria at this point is one of the fastest ways to cause breakouts or inflammation. A quick swipe of rubbing alcohol on extraction tools and a gentle wash of your hands with antibacterial soap make a huge difference. Another crucial but often overlooked part of preparation is setting the right mindset. Deep cleansing should never be rushed. When you're impatient, you tend to press too hard or skip important steps. Think of this process as self-care, not a chore. When you slow down, you give your skin time to respond, you start to notice the subtle signs it gives you, like when a pore is ready to release or when it needs a little more time. That's when you begin to work with your skin, not against it. It's also important to recognize that not all areas of your face need the same level of attention. The T-zone, your forehead, nose, and chin, is usually more oily and prone to blackheads, while the cheeks and around the eyes tend to be more delicate and dry. Tailoring your prep to these differences can help prevent irritation. For example, you might steam the entire face but only exfoliate more intensively on the nose and chin. This kind of precision makes your at-home cleansing both safer and more effective. And remember, preparation doesn't end when the steaming stops. After you're done, gently pat your face dry with a clean towel. Never rub. Your skin at this point should feel soft, warm, and slightly dewy. That's your cue that it's ready for whatever comes next, whether it's extraction, a soothing mask, or hydration. When your skin is properly prepared, blackheads come out more easily, and the skin recovers faster afterward. It's the difference between working smart and working hard. Taking the time to prepare your skin transforms the whole process. It turns something that could be harsh and reactive into something calm, controlled, and effective. When you respect your skin's natural rhythm and give it what it needs before you act, you don't just get cleaner pores, you get healthier, more resilient skin that glows from the care you put into it. Now, when it comes to actually removing blackheads, this is where a lot of people get a little too eager. I get it. There's something so satisfying about seeing that tiny plug come out of the pore. But here's the truth: safe extraction isn't about force, it's about finesse. When you rush or squeeze too hard, you can break the skin, damage the pore, and even push the debris deeper, leading to inflammation or scarring. So the key is patience and precision, not pressure. After your skin has been properly cleansed and prepped, it's in the best condition for extraction. The pores are open, the buildup is softened, and the skin is more pliable. Start by making sure your hands and tools are completely clean. If you're using a come-down extractor, a small metal tool with a loop at one end, wipe it with rubbing alcohol first. The same goes for your fingers if you prefer to use gentle pressure instead. Wrap your fingertips in clean tissue or cotton pads. This prevents your nails from scratching or tearing the skin. Hygiene might sound like a small step, but it's the difference between a smooth result and a breakout the next day. Once everything is ready, position yourself in front of a mirror with good lighting. Gently press around the blackhead, not directly on top of it. The goal is to apply even pressure on the sides so the contents can lift upward naturally. If it doesn't come out easily, stop right there. Don't force it. That blackhead isn't ready yet, and forcing it will only cause irritation or create a wound that takes weeks to heal. Sometimes it's better to wait a few days, continue with gentle exfoliation and cleansing, and try again later when the buildup has softened further. Your skin always responds better to patience than to aggression. It's important to remember that not every blackhead needs to be extracted manually. Many can be treated with the right skincare routine, using products that dissolve or loosen the debris inside the pores. Ingredients like salicylic acid or retinoids help break down that buildup over time. Manual extraction is really meant for those stubborn spots that don't clear up even after consistent care. If you find yourself extracting the same areas over and over again, it's a sign that you need to reassess your skincare habits rather than double down on squeezing. During the process, you may notice that some areas of your face respond better than others. The nose and chin, for instance, often yield easily, while the forehead or cheeks can be more sensitive. Listen to your skin. If it starts to feel sore or you see redness spreading, take a break. Deep cleansing should never feel like a battle. It should feel like you're working with your skin to help it function better. Applying a warm, damp cloth between extractions can help relax the skin again and make the process more comfortable. After you're done, the skin is at its most vulnerable. You've just removed debris that was blocking your pores, which means those pores are now open and exposed. This is where a lot of people make a critical mistake. They touch their face, apply heavy creams, or forget to sanitize afterward. That can lead to bacteria entering freshly cleaned pores and forming new blemishes. To avoid that, wipe your face gently with a soothing toner containing witch hazel or rose water. This helps tighten the pores and calm the skin. You can also use a cold compress to reduce any swelling or redness. If you've extracted several blackheads, finish by applying a lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer. The skin needs hydration to heal, and this will help maintain balance. Avoid heavy oils or thick creams that might block the pores again. A simple gel-based formula or a moisturizer with hyaluronic acid works beautifully. And for at least 24 hours, stay away from harsh exfoliants, retinoids, or masks. Your skin needs time to recover. Treat it gently and let it breathe. What's most important to understand is that extraction should never feel like punishment. It's a method of release, helping your skin get rid of what it can't shed on its own. When done correctly, it can make your pores appear smaller, your complexion brighter, and your skin smoother. But when done harshly, it does the opposite: larger pores, more oil production, and uneven texture. So always remind yourself less is more. You're not in a race to clear every pore in one session. You're teaching your skin to stay balanced over time. Safe extraction is really about respecting boundaries, your skin's and your own. It's about knowing when to stop, when to wait, and when to trust that with consistent care, your skin will respond. When you treat it gently, it rewards you with clarity and resilience. That's the real secret behind every successful blackhead removal. The beauty is in the restraint. Once the blackheads are out, your skin has done a lot of work, and now it needs care. What many people don't realize is that post-extraction care is just as important, if not more, than the extraction itself. After you've cleared those pores, they're open, exposed, and more susceptible to irritation or bacteria. Think of it like freshly tilled soil. It's ready to absorb whatever you put on it, whether that's something soothing and healing or something that could cause trouble. This is where most people make mistakes. They finish extractions, admire their clear skin, and move on, forgetting that their skin is in a delicate, reactive state. That's when new breakouts, redness, and dryness start creeping in. Immediately after extraction, your first priority is to calm the skin. A gentle, alcohol-free toner or a soothing mist works beautifully here. Ingredients like witch hazel, rose water, green tea, or aloe vera help reduce inflammation and restore balance. Avoid anything that stings or burns. If it hurts, it's too harsh. Your skin doesn't need punishment right now. It needs comfort. Some people like to use a cold compress or an ice cube wrapped in a clean cloth to constrict the pores and reduce swelling. This helps minimize redness and gives that refreshing, tightened feeling that makes your skin look smoother. The next step is protection. Your skin's barrier may have been slightly disrupted during extraction, even if you were gentle. This barrier is what keeps moisture in and harmful bacteria out, so you want to support it right away. A lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer is perfect. Choose something with calming ingredients like ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or niacinamide. These help replenish moisture without clogging the freshly cleaned pores. When your skin is properly hydrated, it heals faster and is less likely to produce excess oil, which means fewer future blackheads. It's a simple equation. Balance leads to clarity. Now, one thing people often forget after extraction is sun protection. Your skin, after being steamed, exfoliated, and cleared, is more sensitive to UV rays. Going outside without sunscreen at this stage can cause hyperpigmentation or dark spots to form where the extractions took place. A broad spectrum sunscreen of at least SPF 30 is non-negotiable. Even if you're just near a window or driving, UV rays can reach you. Sunscreen acts like armor for that new vulnerable skin. It seals the deal on all the hard work you just did. For the next 24 to 48 hours, your job is to baby your skin. Avoid anything too active, no scrubs, no acids, no retinoids, and definitely no picking. The temptation to touch your smooth skin is real, but remember, your pores are still settling. Constant touching introduces oils and bacteria that can undo everything you accomplished. Keep your skincare simple, cleanse gently, soothe, hydrate, protect. That's it. This quiet phase is when your skin resets and strengthens. If you notice a bit of redness or sensitivity after extraction, that's completely normal. It's your skin's natural response to being manipulated. You can help the healing process along by applying a soothing mask. Something with oatmeal, cucumber, or honey can work wonders. These ingredients help reduce inflammation while providing gentle hydration. Avoid clay or charcoal masks right after extraction. They're too drying at this stage. Let your skin rest before going back to more active treatments. As your skin starts to settle, this is also a great time to reflect on your overall routine. If you find yourself extracting blackheads from the same spots repeatedly, it might mean those areas need extra attention in your daily care. Maybe your cleanser isn't balancing your oils properly, or your moisturizer is too heavy for that part of your face. Post-extraction isn't just about recovery, it's about understanding your skin better each time you go through the process. The more you pay attention, the more you can tailor your routine to keep those pores clear longer. Another tip that helps is changing your pillowcases and face towels after extraction. It might sound excessive, but it prevents any lingering bacteria or oils from getting back onto your skin. Clean skin deserves a clean environment. Small details like these add up over time and make a noticeable difference in maintaining results. Within a day or two, your skin should feel calmer, smoother, and more refined. This is when it truly starts to glow, not because you extracted blackheads, but because you treated your skin with care and respect afterward. That's what makes the results last. Extraction gives you instant gratification, but the recovery phase gives you lasting beauty. When you protect what you've worked for, your skin thanks you by staying balanced, clear, and strong. That's how real transformation happens, through consistency, patience, and care long after the work is done. Once your skin has calmed and recovered, the next step is keeping it that way. Prevention is where the real work begins, because even the best extractions won't matter if your pores keep getting clogged again. Blackheads love consistency, the wrong kind. They thrive on repetitive habits, daily oil buildup, and forgotten cleansing routines. So the secret to keeping them away isn't doing more, it's doing the right things regularly. Consistency, not intensity, is what keeps your skin clear in the long run. The foundation of prevention starts with proper cleansing. And it's not just about washing your face twice a day, it's about how you do it. You want to use a gentle cleanser that balances oil production without stripping the skin. If your cleanser leaves your face feeling tight, it's too harsh. That tightness might feel clean for a moment, but it's actually your skin crying out for moisture. When that happens, your oil glands kick into overdrive, producing more sebum, which fills your pores again and leads right back to blackheads. A mild pH-balanced cleanser keeps your skin clean while respecting its natural barrier. And if you wear makeup or sunscreen daily, double cleansing at night with an oil-based cleanser followed by a gentle water-based one can make a world of difference. It clears the grime of the day without being aggressive. Exfoliation is another cornerstone of prevention, but it has to be done wisely. Instead of harsh scrubs, opt for chemical exfoliants like salicylic acid or glycolic acid. These penetrate deeper into the pores, dissolving dead skin cells in oil before they have a chance to harden and form blackheads. Using them once or twice a week is usually enough for most people. Overdoing it can lead to dryness or irritation, which again triggers excess oil production. Your goal is steady maintenance, not shock treatment. Think of it like keeping your pores on a regular cleaning schedule rather than waiting for them to clog and then reacting. Hydration is just as important in keeping blackheads away. A lot of people with oily or acne-prone skin skip moisturizer because they think it will make things worse. The opposite is true. When your skin is dehydrated, it compensates by producing more oil. That extra oil mixes with dead cells and clogs pores faster. Using a lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer actually helps control oil and balance the skin's overall texture. It keeps the barrier strong, so your pores are less reactive and your skin feels smooth rather than greasy. Another habit that makes a huge difference is using a weekly mask. Clay or charcoal masks are excellent for absorbing excess oil and keeping pores tight. Just be careful not to overuse them. Once or twice a week is plenty. Follow them with hydration so the skin doesn't rebound with dryness. You can also alternate with hydrating or soothing masks to give your skin variety and balance. Prevention is all about equilibrium, clean but not stripped, hydrated but not greasy. Your daily habits outside of skincare also play a role. Touching your face throughout the day transfers bacteria and oil from your hands onto your pores. Using your phone constantly against your cheek does the same thing. Even your pillowcase collects oils and residue that press against your skin while you sleep. Small details like washing pillowcases weekly and sanitizing your phone screen can help more than most people realize. Clear skin isn't just what you apply, it's also what you avoid. Diet and lifestyle influence your skin too. High glycemic foods, dairy, and excessive processed sugars can increase oil production and inflammation in the skin. Drinking more water and eating foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins helps your skin regulate itself from within. While no diet guarantees perfect skin, nourishing your body with balance always shows up in your complexion. And of course, sun protection continues to be non-negotiable. Consistent sunscreen use prevents oxidation and keeps pores healthier. Some sunscreens can be heavy or pore clogging, so look for formulas labeled foil-free or non-comedogenic. Protecting your skin from UV damage keeps its structure firm and its turnover process normal, which directly affects how often pores get blocked. The most overlooked part of prevention is patience. People expect instant results, but skin takes time to adjust. The oil production cycle, cell turnover, and healing process don't change overnight. When you stick to a steady, gentle routine for weeks or months, your pores start behaving differently. They stay clear, your texture improves, and your skin becomes more predictable. You stop reacting to every new breakout and start maintaining control. Blackheads may seem like a constant battle, but once you understand their rhythm, you can stay one step ahead. Prevention isn't glamorous. It's simple daily care done with awareness and consistency. Every gentle cleanse, every mindful exfoliation, every night of hydration builds towards skin that doesn't just look clean. It feels balanced, resilient, and healthy. That's the kind of skin that doesn't fight you anymore. It works with you. Even with the best at-home routine, there are times when your skin needs more than you can give it on your own. Knowing when to step back and let a professional take over isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of wisdom. The truth is, our skin is constantly changing. Hormones, stress, diet, climate, even the products we use can shift how our pores behave. Sometimes, despite doing everything right, cleansing gently, exfoliating regularly, moisturizing properly, blackheads still return or worsen. That's when it's time to look beyond your bathroom mirror and consider expert care. One of the first signs that professional help might be needed is when blackheads become deep, stubborn, or painful. If you've tried safe extractions at home but certain areas keep clogging, it could mean the buildup is too compacted or too deep within the pore for at-home methods to handle. Pushing harder or trying repeatedly will only cause inflammation, hyperpigmentation, or even scarring. Professionals have specialized tools, magnified lighting, and sterile techniques that allow them to remove impurities without damaging the surrounding skin. What takes you 30 minutes of frustration can often be resolved in a few precise minutes by someone trained to do it safely. Sometimes blackheads aren't even the real problem. They can be symptoms of something deeper, like hormonal imbalance, bacterial overgrowth, or incorrect product use. A dermatologist can identify these underlying causes quickly. They might recommend prescription-strength topical treatments such as retinoids, antibiotics, or chemical exfoliants that target clogged pores from within. These aren't available over the counter, but they can make a world of difference for skin that's resistant to basic care. The advantage of seeing a professional is that they don't just treat the symptom, they trace it back to its root. Another time to seek help is when you notice texture changes in your skin, areas that feel rough, uneven, or thickened. That's often a sign of congestion that's been building up beneath the surface for months. Procedures like microdermabrasion, chemical peels, or light therapy can reach deeper layers of the skin to reset cell turnover and clear out stubborn blockages. These treatments don't just remove what's visible, they train your skin to renew itself more efficiently. A few sessions can leave the complexion smoother, brighter, and far less prone to future blackheads. There's also the emotional side of it. For some people, dealing with persistent blackheads can take a toll on confidence. It might seem small, but when you're constantly aware of every pore, every bump, it affects how you carry yourself. A professional treatment can provide more than just physical results. It gives reassurance that your skin is in good hands. That relief alone can reduce stress, which ironically helps your skin too, since stress hormones often trigger oil production and inflammation. It's all connected. If you do decide to visit a professional, it's important to approach it with the same mindset as your at-home care: gentle, informed, and realistic. Not every treatment works for everyone, and real improvement often takes time. Ask questions, understand what's being done, and avoid anyone who promises overnight miracles. A responsible skincare expert will focus on long-term health, not quick fixes. They'll also guide you on how to maintain results between visits, what products to use, what habits to avoid, and how often to repeat treatments. In some cases, combining professional treatments with a strong at-home routine creates the best balance. You might get an extraction or peel every few months, then support that progress with consistent cleansing, exfoliation, and hydration at home. This partnership between professional expertise and personal care keeps your skin in its best shape year-round. It's not about relying entirely on one or the other. It's about knowing when to switch gears and let each play its part. The goal of seeking professional help isn't just clearer skin, it's smarter skin care. It's about learning how your skin behaves, what it responds to, and how to work with it instead of against it. Professionals can see what you can't, the early signs of damage, the subtle changes in tone and texture, the little details that make all the difference. That insight helps prevent problems before they even begin, saving you time, money, and frustration in the long run. At the end of the day, skincare isn't a solo journey. It's a partnership between you, your habits, and sometimes a skilled expert who can guide you toward results you can't achieve alone. Knowing when to step in and when to step back is part of the art of caring for your skin. When you honor that balance, your skin reflects it with clarity, strength, and a natural glow that comes from doing things the right way.